Very, very popular opinion, in my opinion. We gotta stop idolizing marriage so much, right? Let me explain to y'all why. Because it's not that I don't think it's an amazing thing. I think if you get married in front of God, it's a beautiful union. Okay? But a lot of y'all get married for the government and for clout. A lot of y'all nowadays getting married to say y'all married. A lot of these women nowadays will be married, cheating on their husband, and then try to be funny with me. Like, are you even married? Like, aren't you single? Like, you wouldn't understand you're married. Girl, all you are is married. Okay? You're not a better woman than me. Because I would never, ever, ever carry a man's last name and completely disrespect it. So, nah, we're not going to idolize people that are just married. Like, yeah, you're married, but aren't you cheating on your husband? I've never even cheated on a boyfriend. You think you're better than me because you're married and you're cheating on your husband? Come on now. Imagine as a man, you give a woman your last name, your children, your legacy to carry on, to multiply that. And that's the woman you're trusting with your last name so that it lives on. And she's out here fucking everyone. And these are the same women that'd be like, Konyia, you're not even married. Like, when are you going to get married? Oh my God, you're so single. Get married. Girl, you're cheating on your husband. I'm not going to lie. I don't even hang out with girls that cheat on their husband. If a woman, y'all got to stop marrying women that don't fear God. Because if a woman will cheat on her husband, imagine what she'll do to you.
No, we got to stop marrying women that don't respect men because the hierarchy is God over man, man over woman, woman over child. And so if you don't respect me, then that means that you don't respect God. The way that you show that you love God, and a lot of people don't know this, but I'm gonna school you today. The way that you show that you love God is by showing that you love the people that He surrounded you with. Is by showing that you respect the people that He put above you to respect. Right? It's not by disrespecting your last name. It's not by actually going out and looking like a whore. Now, I will give her some props. I will give her 98.9% props in that she is 130% correct. The other 1%, 1 point something percent that I have to take away from her is the fact that she's getting on here thirst trapping and showing you her titties in order to try to make herself to be much more appealing to the camera, which is a social media trick. So I get it, right? And I don't know her, and nor do I really care about who she is, but I am going to link to her profile in order to give her credit for whatever it is that she said in this video. However, let's stick to the point. Let's not shoot the messenger. Let's just stay to the message, right? But I mean, communication is about 90% body language, and what you look like also factors into it, right? So we're not gonna hit on that. We're gonna stay on the point though. But the way that you show that you love God is showing that you love the people that He surrounded you with, right? And so when a woman is disrespecting her man, specifically women, because you have very small tasks when it comes to your requirement of what it takes in order to really be sufficient in the household. Hold it down, be respectful, make sure that you're a great representation of the man that you're with and who loved you enough to give you his last name. Hold down the children, right? Be a good steward of whatever it is that he's tasked you with regard to being a helpmeet. And then you then become the beneficiary of whoever man that you're with is greatness, right? You then become the beneficiary of his greatness. But she's 1000% correct. I think that we've perverted relationships, let alone marriage, so much to where if you ask a person, yet ask a woman, what is the purpose of marriage or why do you want to get married so bad? They cannot answer the question whatsoever. Now, men are supposed to look at marriage from a business perspective. Women naturally look at relationships and men from a business perspective because they're hypergamous, and their number one thing that they usually look for is provision and protection, which means that they're choosing the best available option based off of whoever it is that served their needs at that particular time. But at the same time, she's supposed to pine for you. She's supposed to love you. She's supposed to admire you. She's supposed to respect you. That's why she's so peaceable. That's why she don't want to offend you because you would never want to offend the person that you have so much admiration for. But these women don't admire you, and nor do they understand exactly what spirituality is. And so, when you see a woman that is willing to disrespect her man, talk down to him, yet even cheat on him or do all of these things that has nothing to do with what God ordained marriage to be, then you see these women are completely out of their purpose, and it's exactly how it is that she's described it. This woman cooked. She cooked 100%. And so when we say, oh, okay, you ain't even married yet, I get it. But we also have to take into consideration that very few of us actually understand the purpose of marriage. And that's why I separate it. And I always say, hey, it's the difference between being married and being successfully married. Anybody can get married. That's a process. Very few people are able to be successfully married. That's like saying anybody can enroll in college. Very few people can actually go through and get a degree in a program that really matters. Very few people can actually leverage that in order to get the job that they want. Very few people can leapfrog off of the networking that they had within the college sphere to then, gain whatever it is, positions, or network themselves all the way up to whatever it is that they're trying to do. Right? It's rules to the game and it's levels to this, and we're not respecting it because we're putting everybody in the same basket. That's why I don't respect a lot of these simps. Right? It's a lot of older guys that led you into the mire, and so now that I'm holding them accountable, they getting mad and sassy about it, and they pissed off about what it is that I'm saying. The fact that they are simping out, and just because they married, I'm supposed to respect you, but in reality, you are not successfully married, because if you're saying happy wife, happy life, then that means that you're putting a woman before your purpose, and your purpose is supposed to be ordained by God, not the person that you land next to. But the way that a woman shows and a man shows respect or show that they love God is by showing that they love the people that God put around them and on this earth. And so when these women is out here disrespecting, and they out here having affairs, and they out here doing things that they're not supposed to do, and they making themselves available, and they wearing these skimpy outfits, and they looking for attention from other men, then I know you are not successfully married, and you got married for the purpose of getting a ring and to getting taken care of, but not because you genuinely valued what marriage was. And very few people actually know what marriage is. And it's funny because I was thinking to myself, I wonder because I got so many different things that I want to hit on. But then at the same time, I was thinking to myself, man, it's something else that I really need to tackle on this live stream tonight. And this may just be it. I may have to break down what's the difference between being in a relationship, being married, and being successfully married, and why women are so disrespectful towards the institution of marriage by just getting married and not really understanding what they get themselves into. Even the word of God itself says, "In everything you do, get understanding." If you don't even understand, if you ask a woman, why did you get married, or what is the purpose of getting married, and they can't answer the question, and they can't answer the question, and they don't even understand why they did it, they just doing it because somebody else told them to do it, how is that any different than everything else that is plaguing the culture and the communities by which we live in? People vote based off of something that somebody else told them, but they vote ignorantly, which then lead to their demise. And they start playing identity politics, and they start voting based off of their emotions and feelings versus purpose and what's best for their families. People do crazy stuff all the time without justification because they have no understanding. So she's 100% right. I would rather see a woman that is successfully single, meaning that she's doing the right thing. And if a woman say, yo, I ain't never even cheated on a boyfriend or whatever, I give more kudos and props to that woman than a woman that's getting married just for the sake of getting married and doing the most disrespectful things to her husband, because ultimately that's the way in which you create trauma bonds. And if you have children, it's 10 times worse because they think that that's normal, and how it is that a wife is supposed to operate under the guise of her husband and how a husband is supposed to treat his wife. And people have no clue. They are out here winging it. They out here taking advice from single baby mamas. They taking advice from simps. And more importantly, they get married for the wrong reasons, which would then lead to your demise. Most people want to get married. Most people want to do the thing that they think is going to be in their own best interest, but they don't even know what's best for them. Most people are operating outside of their purpose. And we've pushed God so far outside of what it is that we're supposed to do that we don't even understand the purpose behind why we're doing what we're doing anymore. But I'm curious as to what you guys think. I'm open. I'm open to hearing what y'all got to say. Make sure you drop a comment. Make sure you let me know. I'm curious as to what you guys think. Make sure you get into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. We will be live streaming tonight, and I think it's going to be a very, very incredible time. This woman is absolutely right. She cooked. Shout out to her. Put some clothes on, baby. Shout out to her. Make sure y'all keep on doing what y'all doing. Let me know in the comments. I can't wait to read them. I'm going to check y'all out tonight. I love you. I appreciate you. Peace.